Unlike other people, I never really wanted to be a teacher, and I grew up with many teachers in my family, and so when anything was happening when I was growing up, I was always there at school. It didn't matter if it was before school, after school, during school, I was always there. And so I ran as far away as I could from being a teacher. And then I got to be in high school, and everyone would ask me, what are you going to be when you grow up? And I'm like, oh. And finally I just gave in. And I always wanted a life of adventure, and so that's what I was looking for, and teaching really has afforded me to go all over the world and teach, and not only in the world but in the United States, and I've taught anywhere from pre-K all the way up to police officers and everything in between, and it's been the best life of adventure I could ever imagine. Well, when I first started teaching, I was on the Indian reservation, and that's when the computers were behemoth. They were just massive in size. And I personally had a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade combination classroom. The computer lab was right across from my room, and so I would always take my kids over there. But then on my off time, I would take the kindergartners in, and that's when we were working in Lotus. And so I would teach the little kids how to do very basic programming at that point. And they would get all excited when their little frog would jump up and down or move to the side, left and right, and so on and so forth. And so I always tried to incorporate whatever the technology was at that point in time into my teaching. That was then on the reservation. Then when further along, when I lived in El Paso, and that was when this www thing came online, and everybody was all excited about what does that mean? Well, right away I started figuring out, well, what does that mean, and how can we use that in the classroom? So we started going online and figuring that out, and how connecting with other people would help us in the classroom, and getting the kids to acknowledge that, and then just working on those computers. And several years later, when I was teaching in Dallas, then we were doing stop motion animation and using cameras and dropping into basic programs to do that. So I've always tried, no matter where I was, whatever new technology was coming about, to try to get that into my classroom and get the kids excited about the learning that was happening through technology. So what I always try to do is, whatever background they have when they come to me, is I try to find something where they can apply that. And right now the hot thing is coding. Well, they need to see where that can be applied in real world. What is that application? And right now it's with the robots. And so we have the NXTs, we have the EV3s, and the kids are seeing where this coding now that they're learning about, they've learned about before with other teachers, now they're seeing how it's in the real world, where they can actually put it into a program and make the robot do something to accomplish a task. And so that's what I'm doing a lot of right now with the kids. Well, what I really, again, I had said that technology just afforded me to do a lot of different and unique activities with kids, get them excited about learning. But what I have found since technology, we're using it more and more, is I no longer have to stand in front of the class and be the sage up there. Whereas it's not going to be the teacher-driven classroom, it's now a student-driven classroom, because the students now are taking control of their own education, and I'm more facilitating what they're learning. And they are the ones who determine the direction they're going, no matter what the project, no matter what they're working on. I'm just kind of there to question, to give them a question that may spark what they have to do next, or what direction they have to do, or how they can change or add something and make it better. So it has really improved my style of teaching, and therefore the kids are having better experience in the classroom, and we're turned on to education. I probably have 3 apps that I really love. I hate just to be sitting and doing nothing, and so I always have to have my hands busy. And 2 of my fun apps, I love Magic Puzzle, where I'm just putting puzzles together, and then I just discovered Colorify, which is an adult coloring book. But my 3rd one is one that I really have loved and grabbed onto, and it's called Tango Tab. And what it is, it's an app where a group of restaurateurs have gotten together, and they've dedicated themselves to helping to feed the hungry. So when you go onto Tango Tab, you say where you're located and where you're going to be going for supper, and they give you a list of all the restaurants that are involved with this dedication to feeding the hungry. And as soon as you go on, you feed 2 people. And then when you go to the restaurant, you click in which restaurant you're going to go to from your list. Then any entree that you buy, they donate one entree to feed the hungry at the food bank in your area. What's really nice is it's not just these high-end restaurants. It's anywhere from McDonald's all the way up to your PF chains and even higher as far as high-end. But it's one of those giving back and paying forward, and something that you're going to be going out anyway, so why not try to find some place that's going to be helping to feed the hungry at the same time. And so that's probably my favorite app right now that I'm using.